I don't know. Feel stupid. Feel stupid. Feel stupid. First of all, I went live a little early. I have a rule. I like to be very prompt with my, in life. I think it's important to be on time. Hello, RJ. Always feels a little funny, or not funny. I don't like being late for events or for appointments or for anything. And I like to go live on this show at 8 o'clock every morning. And I've given myself a slight window, a slight variance. Let's see. Hello, Jake Fab, and good morning, RJ. I've given myself a little bit of wiggle room on both sides. So I say anywhere from 7:59 to 8:01 counts as me being very punctual. And so I went live at 7:59 today. RJ says, great angle and lighting. And that's what I'm struggling with, to be honest with you. That is perfect acoustics. Wow. And I'm struggling with the great angle, the great lighting, and the perfect acoustics. My key grip was in here moments before. I was juggling little babies out in the living room. Actually, I don't even know. I ran away for the babies. I said, hey, babies, I got to go to the bathroom. Shut the door on them. And they were pounding on the bathroom door going, Dada, Dada! Ah! And while my key grip was in our sunroom, crafting the perfect lighting and audio situation for what we like to say, what we like to call when we're busy, CWK1. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable because I'm staring at a spotlight and I'm sitting in a hard chair in the middle of the room. I always feel a little more comfortable. How am I feeling? We need to get a mic. How am I feeling? I'm feeling like I should be slouched in a nice chair going, how are you? How are you? But instead, my posture, I feel like I'm going to have to change it to tea. Have high tea and sip out of cups like this instead of comfortable. What I do for my audience. You're a professional, remember? Oh, yeah. But I mean, can't you be a comfortable professional? Can't a professional be comfortable? Hello, Daniel. Hello, Rocco. Hello, Overland. Hello, Starbat Wars. Hello, Karen. Hello, Myrtle. Hello, user. Good morning, Sandra Lynn. Good morning. Now not only do I have a key grip setting up the least comfortable position possible for me to do my live show every morning, I've got a cue card guy, which is RJ's new job, who tells me what to do and where I am in the show. Hey, Ken, take a sip of coffee. Ken, it's intro time. Ken, the conversation's getting a little lax. What'd you have for dinner last night? Good morning, Tracy from Indiana. Good morning, Marianne Jacobs. How are you? But RJ is my Ed McMahon. Do I have an Ed McMahon? I don't think RJ's an Ed McMahon. I think he's the guy with the flashcards or the cue cards. They don't use cue cards anymore. Most of you kids out there don't even understand. But they used to use cue cards. Was technology so lame on TV shows that they'd have guys with like posters, giving you the script, giving you what to say. I don't know if you know what I'm doing, but I'm taking a cue card and flipping it to the next page. So the actor or the talk show host, in my case, would know what to say next. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy. By the way, I've got what's called calluses on my hand. Never been one to... I've been a laborer. I've actually been a laborer. I mow lawns. I work with my hands. But I'm certainly not a mechanic or somebody that really gets in there and gets, big, thick, strong fingers and big worn spots on his hands. However, for anyone watching, hey, Lorraine Jones from Idaho Falls, and old school poster, The Way to Be. But I just noticed as I was doing my intro, so I'm going to have to start my intro all over again. I hope you're okay with that, RJ. Hopefully I'm not screwing up the cue cards. But anyway, I thought this was more important. I have calluses on my hand. I have calluses on my hand because I've been pumping iron. I've been doing curls. I've been doing bench press. And I think the thing that causes the most calluses are my pull-ups. And although I still can't do a one pull-up, I am striving for it. I am working towards it, and I'm getting a little closer every day. And I'm looking forward to getting to the gym and building up my muscles and building up some leathery, callousy hands, some manly hands. Reminds me of Seinfeld, Man Hands. Very funny episode, very pretty woman that Jerry's dating. And they'd show her face, this pretty blonde woman, and they'd be out to dinner. And she'd go, oh, you have something on your cheek. And then they'd show this huge paw of a man paw rubbing Jerry's cheek to clean off the whatever was on his face. And she was called Man Hands. And then they'd say, oh, would you like some bread? And then they'd go to this huge macho truck driver or whatever hands were tearing apart the bread. And go, no. But anyway, it's pretty funny. But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Monday morning. It's a day of celebration because it's Monday morning. I think Mondays are always a good day to celebrate the new week, the new day. Start of something new. Chance for a new beginning. Good morning, Jimmy. And what is the date? It's the 11th, September 25th. And it is about 8:06 a.m. Happy Monday. This is a little show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking and sharing some experiences and sharing kind of the ups and downs we have in life. Let's have a little more water. I hope you're all getting hydrated. Because my co-star tends to dry us out. My co-star, I believe, is what we call a diuretic. Makes you go to the washroom. And although it's a fluid, kind of like alcohol, the net effect is not to hydrate you. Oh, but it's a co-star. And for those that have been watching a while, this is dangerous. This is dangerous on this new set. This is very dangerous on my new set. But for those that have been watching a while, you know, it's not just a show about me talking, and it's not just a show about me sharing the ups and downs we have in life. Miami 5134 followed the live creator. Thank you so much, Miami. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me to watch my page grow. I have a lot of fun doing this. It's about a guy talking and sharing some life while he's drinking coffee. So let's pour us some coffee. Look at the steam. I don't know that you can see it, but I'll tell you what, the steam makes me hot. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. I was hot this morning. Early. About 4:50 this morning. Woke up very hot. But then I drifted back off to sleep. And, woke up at 6:34. But we'll get to that in a minute. We don't want to get too far distracted with the heat with which I woke up this morning. But anyway, now that I'm pouring my coffee, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I'm so excited to take my first sip. Usually at this point of the show, I've already had at least a pot of coffee, but today, again, I slept in. Our morning was chaotic. Babies were screaming. Kids were rushing out the door. I didn't have a chance to sit there in quiet, chugging my coffee like I've gotten accustomed to. But anyway, I'm looking forward to having my first sip. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. It's good. It's the pumpkin spice, and it's amazingly hot. I'd like to thank this carafe. You know where to get it. One more. I appreciate it. One more. He turns to the audience. Laugh track. Let's have one more. Might even have two more. I might go off script. Oh. So this is feeling good to you guys. This is feeling good, you guys. The lighting, good morning, Cynthia Lewis. Cynthia Lewis just hopped on. Cynthia Lewis, since you're on and I'm going to address you, how do you feel about the lighting, the audio, the comfort level? Does it feel like Coffee with Ken with this ring light here shining me in the face and me sitting in the middle of the room on a hard wooden chair? I'll tell you what, my hands aren't the only thing with calluses on them. My butt is going to get calluses. My butt is going to have one callus on each cheek. It's going to be a huge callus, so each callus is going to be about this big. As if I was wearing chaps. Let's find a throne today. I think we used to joke about me getting a throne. You mean, would it be like a bejeweled throne? I mean, I think it probably would have to be. And it would have to have very tall, things, whatever they're called, chair extensions. I don't know if that's the official name for, you love the lighting? Okay, wow. I'm going to feel inadequate anytime I don't have this fancy light shining me in the face, but I appreciate it. Whatever the star wants, RJ, that is what you're saying. That's what you're talking about. I would think I would want the most ornate chair we could find with like big rubies and what are the blue jewels. I need the Jesus guy with the rocks telling me, what are the blue jewels? I don't know what they are, but much better than the angle from your coffee table. Kenergy, well, all right. All right. I mean, I know people always said that, but I don't always have a tripod and always have a ring light. I like to mix it up a little bit. Go on location. Go out to the Riverwalk in Naperville. Sit outside on my patio. And the only reason I'm not there today is we had a little thunderstorm rolling through this morning. Crystals, that's right. We had a little thunderstorm rolling through this morning, and we had a beautiful sky, and my wife opened the windows and said, wow, it's got like a lavender hue to the sky. And somebody sent me a picture of the sunrise this morning, and it was beautiful as well. And I think it's important to appreciate those things. I think it's important to appreciate those things. Will I try a new Starbucks location this week? I mean, first of all, it's fairly hard for me to find a new Starbucks location. I've lived in this area since 2002, since I moved from Chicago. And that's 21 years. I've always loved coffee. I've always loved Starbucks. I haven't always had a Coffee with Ken show, but I've always loved Starbucks. I've always loved coffee. I'm trying to think where a Starbucks is that I have not been at yet. I went back to my old favorite Starbucks for a little bit yesterday afternoon and got reacquainted with some old friends that were there and felt like I was back home. Find the mom and pop coffee shops. Well, that's interesting. I have a soft spot for some mom and pop coffee shops. I like them. They're my favorite one I've come across. Actually, my wife and I were talking about one, and it's not a mom and pop coffee shop, but it's called Blackberry Market in downtown Glen Ellen. And we actually talked about taking a little field trip there today with our two little ones. And maybe we could still do that. I was staying at a buddy's, as most of you know, I don't know, a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago now. And at the time he lived in Winfield, and Glen Ellen was fairly close, and I was exploring new areas and new Starbuckses and new mom and pop coffee shops and found a couple really, really cute ones. But I found this one called Blackberry Market in downtown Glen Ellen. And RJ, what's your favorite spot to get a cup of coffee? Sandra Lynn, they might be struggling. Was your stepdaughter's Coffee with Ken hoodie a big hit at her party? Well, I'll address this one first, Sandra Lynn. And I love the question. Well, first of all, she's of an age. She's 12 years old, and she's got and most of her friends are 12-year-old young ladies. And 12-year-old young ladies can be a little bit snotty from time to time. And one of the cool kids in her class goes, oh, I'd be embarrassed to wear that sweatshirt. And to me, to be honest, that was like a dagger in the heart of me. And I was thinking, oh, poor Libby. Somebody teased her about her Coffee with Ken sweatshirt, her hoodie, which I was so proud of her wearing. But but she is a very strong-minded young lady, and a very lady that's not going to back down from a challenge. And believe me, I've tried to get her to back down from a challenge, and she just won't hear of it. Ugh. But anyway, so as I saw her heading off to school today, she was rocking the sweatshirt again. And I was so proud, and I asked her mom, told her mom I wanted to go give her a hug and celebrate and tell her how beautiful she looked in the Coffee with Ken sweatshirt. And we both decided, no, I think less attention drawn from me to the sweatshirt she is wearing, the better. And but anyway, she went off and wore it today. And I'm hoping it's a huge hit around the school. And I don't even know how to check the total number of sales we have on our sweatshirts and T-shirts and mugs and other things we pawn off, we shill off, we sell off, whatever other word it could be. She is my influencer. Or if we have any at all outside of us. We've got a T-shirt and 2 sweatshirts in this household. None of them fit me. None of them fit me. I come out with this merch. People are saying, hey, come out with merch, come out with merch. I ordered a T-shirt. I ordered it in large. I'm 6'2", about 220 pounds. If there's a man in your house that's dying for a Coffee with Ken T-shirt, get him an extra large, because the large was too tight and my muscles were too huge and my fat was too big. All in all, I filled up the sweatshirt a little more than I'd like. So if I was to buy one again, can you sleep less so we get more content? I appreciate it. I appreciate the question, RJ. Can I sleep less? But I still have to go live at 8 o'clock. We are still 3 weeks behind on my editing. I was editing video this morning. I'm telling you what, between juggling kids and doing everything else, it is hard. It takes time. If I have an hour long, and this might be boring as hell to you, but it's my life. It's my life. If I have an hour long Coffee with Ken show that I go back and watch, you might think it might only take an hour to edit. It kind of makes sense, but no, it might take 5 hours. It might take 5 hours. And I got a lot of hour-long I did a 3-hour Kenathon, and I'm bitching and moaning. But I did a 3-hour-long show the other day. It could take me days to get through that. Because every once in a while, just by sheer happenstance, I'll say something good, and I'll say something funny, or I'll say something wise, or I'll talk about mental health, or being a divorced dad, or drinking, or smoking. Those are all popular topics that I can touch on, or gambling sometimes. I love that you guys are talking about me as if I'm not in the room. How many hours of sleep is perfect for Ken? I'd say 8 would be perfect, but I never get 8. I never get 8. I usually wake up at 4:30 or 5. And again, today I woke up at 4:30 or 5. I was a little distracted. Oh, I was a lot distracted. But then I was able to drift back off to sleep for another hour and a half. Let's have a little more coffee so I don't talk too much about that. Do I like speaking in the third person? How could Ken not like to speak in the third person? Ken really thinks it's funny when Ken speaks in the third person. Ken loves coffee. Ken wants another sip of coffee. But anyway, what else do I have for it? Maybe I should make my lives shorter. Maybe Ken should make his lives shorter so Ken doesn't have to edit so much footage. I got to get out of the third person mode. I tend to drive jokes into the ground, be warned. So if I think something's funny, and that's maybe why my stepdaughter and I butt heads sometimes, I'll find something that I think's funny, or my daughters, I'll think something's funny, and I will ride that joke till there's no way you can ride it anymore. And, yeah. What was for dinner last night? What was for dinner last night? There were pancakes for breakfast, I'll tell you that. I have a beautiful son, Augie, who's used to be a good little eater and would eat almost everything, and he's 2.5. But now, Even the banana. Banana is one of his most favorite foods ever. He's now gone to a banana. And then he does that whenever he doesn't want anything. And even today, we're giving him little pancakes, sitting out like this, and threw him on the floor. Eventually, his dad saw the problem, that his pancakes didn't have enough butter and syrup on them. His dad knows, his dad, third person, I believe. His dad knows that butter and syrup are really what make the pancakes. Pancakes by themselves don't do a whole lot for anything. Does he still like pretzels? He does, Tara Jacobs, and his little sister does too. A lot of times we'll go on a nice walk. We went on a nice walk last night. We got the little two-person stroller. My wife one of us will have the leash and be in charge of Holly. The other one will be pushing the stroller around. And let me tell you, we don't live in Colorado. We don't live in a big hilled area, but with a two-person stroller, it doesn't seem to roll as well. Maybe we need to grease the wheels a little bit. We'll be pushing up the hill, and just for effect, I'll lean into it so I get some pity for those watching, or so I don't have to pick up the poop that Holly drops. It's always, we should start going rock, paper, scissors for who has to pick up the Holly poop. But generally, I think the person in charge of the leash is in charge of the poop picking up. Unless, of course, it's my wife in charge of the leash. Because if it's my wife in charge of the leash, there's a pretty good chance that I still have to pick up the poop. And do it every time. Does he like veggie straws? I've seen him eat veggie straws. Veggie straws are kind of interesting. They're kind of interesting. But, I don't know. Do you like veggie straws? Do we like veggie straws? Is anybody excited about the week? Did we have a nice weekend? I had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We had a great day Saturday. We went to the farmer's market. We went to downtown Naperville. We went to the Riverwalk. We went to Potter's and had a drink. My wife knows I don't drink, so if she doesn't know, who would know that I don't drink? She asked, would it be okay if I got myself one of those margaritas? And Potter's in downtown Naperville has it's a Mexican place, so it's no surprise they have margaritas. But my wife and I used to go a lot before kids and spend a lot of time and probably a lot of money there and order a lot of margaritas. I didn't get the margaritas. You know, I'm a Heineken-aholic. I think that's probably what I would get there. And enjoy long days and long afternoons and sometimes long nights. And we brought our two little ones there. And again, Augie's going through his rejection of food phase. And I was trying to give him a corn chip, trying to give him a little salsa. I don't think he went for that. But he doesn't like the chips there. And he kind of made a face. And I don't know how to explain them, but they're more deep fried than maybe a Tostitos is. And probably not as nice of a flavor for a little guy. And he'd make a face and throw it on the ground. And the waitress was very sweet and trying to be accommodating to us with two little kids, and brought out one of the little kids' menus and some crayons. Eve sat there nicely, and Eve's not even one. She'll be 1 year old on October 15th. And good morning, Lindsay girl. She was sitting there nicely holding her two crayons. And as a matter of fact, about half an hour later, we're walking through town, and I look down. I'm probably pushing the stroller up the hill, and she's still got her two little crayons in her hand, very proud, sucking on them occasionally. Fortunately, I don't think crayons are toxic. But Augie, the waitress brought, chucked the menu, threw the crayons. He had a little bit of a bad attitude. He's still my nugget of love. He's still my little nugget of love, but he's had a little bit of an attitude over the last few weeks. Good morning, Track Days. You're munching on an apple again. Well, that's such a great way to start your day. That is such a great way to start your day, crunching on an apple. You get the vitamins, you get the fiber, and I'll tell you what, fiber is more and more important to you as we age. I'll tell you what. For a guy that's hit 55, I have something funny I want to talk about, but I better not. It's hard when I have to pull punches. I'm not. Do I like warm apple cider? No, I really don't at all. At all. Somebody went to Sullivan's last night. How was Sullivan's? I don't like warm apple cider though. I don't. And I'm not picky, but I'm making the Augie face though. If you brought me a cup of warm apple cider, I go like Augie does. Get me some hot chocolate or something like that. They served hot chocolate and water at the Boy Scout or Cub Scout thing. Hugo's or Sullivan's? I don't know. I'll drink it. We know where Augie gets it. Yeah. I'm not picky. I'm not picky. I'm not picky at all. I just don't happen to like warm apple cider or any beer that's not Heineken unless we're talking non-alcoholic beer. And if we're talking non-alcoholic beer, I'll probably much just take whatever anyone gives me. I'm not picky, RJ. You just have weird tastes. You eat pickle and peanut butter sandwiches. Anyway, hey, Lindsay girl, thank you so much for liking the live. And I don't know how much I have for you today. Does anyone else know of this one chip challenge? Do you guys know of the one chip challenge? Apparently, a couple of years ago, a company came out with some crazy hot chip. And I don't know if it's packaged in individual. I don't know how it's packaged or whatever. But RJ has been challenging me for a year since he's been watching the show to take the one chip challenge and do it on live TV or live video. And I don't know, I was starting to break down because I can kind of be peer pressured or also called machoed into almost anything. Yeah. And so I was going, well, maybe I'll do it. Maybe it'd be funny content for the viewer to watch me near-death experience. And I don't know how funny that would be. I appreciate those people that are saying it would be a bad idea. So I Googled it. And it is very, I think they've taken it off the shelves. And actually, I met RJ a week or so ago. We met at Starbucks, and he was kind enough to bring me 2 bags of coffee. Those coffees are running low. I need to set up another coffee date with RJ to see if every time I meet with RJ, he brings me 2 bags of coffee. Or if he takes orders. I'll take a pumpkin spice and Sumatra this week, RJ. Yeah, that's fine. No, a spoon of cinnamon. I've seen it done, though. But anyway, when I got face-to-face with him, and he likes hot stuff, he thinks he's pretty tough that way. He can do 5 pull-ups in a playground. And he admitted that his whole family broke up one, and he just had a little piece, and it was really too hot. And that he's not even sure your son did that and choked. Oh, the cinnamon, yeah. Maple pancake sounds amazing. Well, isn't this fun? I'm going to pour myself some coffee. You guys chat amongst yourselves. I hear a child screaming in the background of my house, out front. It's so nice that I get to sit in here and drink coffee. I'm not even, actually, what my wife doesn't know, she thinks I'm doing a Coffee with Ken show. I'm just sitting in here talking to myself while she tends to the babies. Hey, honey, I'm going to go do my Coffee with Ken show. No problem, Ken. I think it's really important for you, and the audience probably loves it. That's her voice. Okay, I'm in here doing my show. How are the babies? Oh, they're fine. Anything to do the Coffee with Ken show. Make it a good show. I hope it's going well. And I'm just sitting here, doing that. Hey, Lindsay girl, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you joining. I appreciate you hopping on every day. And I appreciate all you guys hopping on every day. And being a part of my show and following along. And if you follow me on this platform on TikTok, please follow me on other social media platforms. I'm not going to talk too long today. Just for fun, I'm going to hop over to YouTube in about 2 minutes and just talk for like 10 minutes there. I'm trying to build up that channel. And again, I think we learn by doing. And every time I try something, I think we get a little... Anytime we try something... we get a little better at it. Kenergy, I'm not going to do the one chip challenge. And Noah Long, thank you so much for following the creator. I really do mean it when I say I really appreciate it a lot. I have a lot of fun with this. I have left a 17-year career selling real estate and recently left a job at Super Target and putting a lot of energy and effort and blood, sweat, and tears into these videos and editing them and talking and what have you. I go live at 8 o'clock every morning on TikTok, and I go live on YouTube at 4:30 every afternoon. And today I'm going to hop off here in about a minute and just hop on over at YouTube and talk to probably 2 people over there. It's a very limited audience at any moment. But again, I think we learn by doing. And, the more I go live on YouTube, I bet the more my audience will grow over there. And I think as far as a platform and as far as monetization and as building a business, I really think YouTube's probably the best platform out there. Although I do love TikTok, I do love how they put the videos in front of a massive audience. I do love that some of my videos have been seen hundreds of thousands of times here on TikTok, and very much appreciated. But again, I want to expand my horizons and try some other things. And I am like 3 weeks behind in editing these videos. And so the longer I talk here on TikTok, the more homework I have. And I have a massive, massive, massive amount of homework to do from editing videos. So let's have one more sip of coffee. Oh, I so appreciate you joining me today. Again, I'm going to sign off here and hop on over to YouTube and talk for a few minutes over there with my fancy light setup. Maybe the secret between huge success and massive failure on YouTube has just been the fact that I haven't had professional lighting until today. And as soon as I go on YouTube and go live, my audience will explode and I'll have hundreds of thousands of people watch and subscribe and say, "We love Ken! This lighting gives us a totally new perspective of Ken. His videos are awesome. His content is top notch. We love him." Probably won't happen. I'll probably just be talking to me and myself, but then my wife has to take care of the baby, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hope you're excited about your day. Hope you're looking forward to the week. Hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. Follow me over on YouTube. I'll be there in a few minutes. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.